Okay, guys, today what I want to talk about is a gang called the Triads or whatever they're called. Now, people, reason why I want to talk about this topic is because they're a pretty dangerous. They can be a pretty dangerous gang. Now, the Triads normally hang out in areas like Chinatown, um, any part in Chinatown. Basically, Triads will hang out. Hong Kong, Japan, basically, maybe some parts in London. There are triads in London hanging out around in Chinatown. Now, triads do illegal stuff. If you don't know what them legal stuff that they do, basically they do drugs. They do all sorts of kind of things. Basically, drugs, illegal business. They might, to make money, they might sell cars, but illegally selling cars, if you know what I mean. They don't like say, oh, this say you haven't got a license and you went to a triad. They would sell you that car if you don't have a license or not. Now, triads do not care. If they sell you a car, that car might be stolen. You don't know how the triads got it. It might be stolen. It might be. It could be anything basically. Triads sell illegal stuff. And yes, triads will use weapons. They hang out where, like, they'll hang out in meat places where all the meat goes. They hang out by docks. Now, another topic which I don't know if YouTube brought me for saying this, but triads have been supposed to being found. How they get rid of the bodies is two reasons. If they're in a meat place, this probably will be not so child friendly since I'm mentioning all these stuff. So I'm sorry if no church, probably younger viewers are watching this. But all I'm gonna say, watch it at your own risk. Now, meat, they normally cut up them in a big blender, what all the meat blends in. Triads would get rid of the body that way. Or if they're gonna get rid of a person's body, they will either throw them in the river. Like I said, Chinatown's a big place. Or even in London, they might throw you in. But like I say, triads do illegal stuff because that's the way they make money. And normally you might say, oh, are triads in New York? Well, yes and no. What I mean by yes and no, other in other countries, they normally hang out in the Chinatown areas. Reason why is my theory is probably reason why is because Chinatown is kind of feels like home to them. Where they originated in Hong Kong and some of them originated in Japan, Chinatown's more like home to them. If you get my meaning, guys. Now, there's two, depending how you look at it, there is two different triads. The Japanese triads and the Chinese triads. As you know, there's two different triads. People get the Chinese triads mixed up with the Japanese triads. But like I said, there's all kinds of different triads. So yes, I would say, if you're wondering why why there is different triads. No, there's no English triads or Australian triads and all that. There's just two triads, Japanese and Chinese. But how I would see it, because there are triads in North Korea, are Asian triads, which I'm gonna go with because the whole population in Asia is quite popular for the triad gang. Now, if there's a Chinatown in that place, like I said, if there's a Chinatown, there'll probably be some triads. Now you began, oh, hey, I just walk up to someone and say, oh, you're a triad. Well, let me tell you something. You don't just go walk up and say, oh, you're a triad, my friend. A triad will never tell you that they're a triad. Now, I want to mention something. I'm not going to mention the place because I'm not going to give that information out. But this place I went to some place in Chinatown, and I heard some unusual thing. And that unusual thing, which to me sounded like some business going on. Now, I'm not saying he's a triad. He could be talking about something. But he said these lines. I'm going to do a little acting now. He says this. Hello, my friend. Yes, I'm in, now, yes, I'll take care of the business. I'll take care of him now. I'll deal with him. Now, when I heard that, me and my brother was actually heard that. But it was somewhere in Chinatown. Like I say, I'm not going to mention the name because I'm not giving that information out. But we heard what could have been assumed to a triad person, but it was in a place in Chinatown. Now, my theory is that he could have been a triad. Who knows? Triads don't really wear, like, you don't see a triad wearing, like, fancy jackets. Anyone could be a triad. You don't necessarily have to be Asian to be a triad. You could be English. I know there's a lot of English triads. English people do join the triads mostly every day. That recruit new people. But no, if you're wondering, oh, that'd be so cool. I know a lot of people be saying, oh, that'd be so cool to join the triad. You'd be making that money. That's not necessarily the case. Triads don't necessarily ask around, would you like to join the triads, my friend? You've got to earn your respects to be a triad. But it's not as common and nice as you think. Triads might make it say, you might have to lose a finger to join us, something like that. Or, like I say, they could be saying anything. But, like I say, triads are not people to mess with. You can't just go around the street and asking, oh, I want to join the triads. If you even mention a policeman, that, oh, how did you join the triads? Or, if you go somewhere in Hong Kong and ask the police or something, or Japan, oh, where triads could hang out anywhere. Chinese restaurants. You see, triads are more like a modern day gang. Like a more like a new mafia. And the triads don't exactly take over turfs, but they will pay people. They don't exactly go in and say, oh, we're taking over this area. That's not how it works. You see, triads do more of a different route of business. The triads actually, like, say, example, they'll go to a restaurant and pay that person for protection. They'll be saying, hey, buddy, you look like you need our protection. And now, if you walk into that restaurant and demand things, or give us all your money in your register, the triads will actually walk up and probably beat you up, leave you in a gutter somewhere. Or even worse, throw you in the ocean or whatever. But, like I say, triads are not very nice people. So, like I say, they're not very nice people, and they're not people you want to mess with. And like I say, if any of you guys want to know, if you want to see another part 2 about information about triads, make sure you like and favorite this video. I might do a part 2. Your opinion. If you want to see a part 2, feel free. But further ado, hope you enjoyed your tea and crumpets in this video. Peace out.